Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. And thank you again so much for our time together. It's going to be a beautiful revival night again tonight at Main Campus as I continue to teach you about the beauty of the Father's grace, especially the power of His grace as it's released into your life. Right now I want to go back and look at another great leader from the Old Testament, a man who started well, but then made some mistakes. His name was King Jehoshaphat. He was the son of King Asa. We find his story in 2 Chronicles chapter 17. Jehoshaphat, his son, succeeded him as king and strengthened himself against Israel. He stationed troops in all the fortified cities of Judah and put garrisons in Judah and the towns of Ephraim that his father Asa had captured. The Lord was with Jehoshaphat in his early days. Now notice, in his early days. He walked, because in his early days he walked in the ways of his father David had followed. He did not consult the Baals, but sought the God of his father and followed his commands rather than the practices of Israel. The Lord established the kingdom under his control, and all Judah brought gifts to Jehoshaphat, so that he had great wealth and honor. His heart was devoted to the ways of the Lord. Furthermore, he removed the high places and the Asherah poles from Judah. Chapter 18, verse 1. Now Jehoshaphat had great wealth and honor, and he allied himself with Ahab, king of Israel, the 10 tribes, by marriage. He allowed his son to marry into a corrupted family. Now there's a challenge. He allowed his son to marry into a corrupted family. Now the end of the story comes over in chapter 19, verse 1. Then Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, returned safely to his palace in Jerusalem. Jehu the seer, the son of Hananiah, went out to meet him and said to the king, "Should you help the wicked and love those who hate the Lord? Because of this the wrath of God is upon you. There is, however, some good in you, for you have rid the land of the Asherah poles and have set your heart on seeking God." Now notice, here's a man who did not end his life well, even though he continued to seek God. But because of his compromise in lifestyle, because he chose to love those who hated God, because he chose to help the wicked, he went to war with Ahab. He joined Ahab in battle without even consulting God. Now this is a great challenge for leaders today. No matter how much you have a heart for God, if you begin to ally yourself with wicked, corrupt people, let me say that again. If you begin to ally yourself with wicked, corrupt people, I'm sorry, the end of your life is not going to be good. Yes, there's good in you. Yes, you do some right things. And yes, you set your heart on seeking God. But you help the wicked. You love those who hate the Lord. You have to be very careful about the alliances that you make in life. Sometimes as a pastor, there are people in positions of religious leadership, I would not say spiritual leaders, positions of religious leadership that have become totally corrupt and sinful. And because they are powerful and they are wealthy, it's very easy to go and become friends with them and join them in projects. But God would say, why do you help the wicked? And why do you love those who hate the Lord? Be very careful about the relationships that you tie yourself into. Because like it or not, though you may have a heart to seek God, the fruit of your life is showing God something very different.